Hi everyone. Our customer from Gladbeck did everything right. The Street Bob is considered to be the entry into the big twin class, but offers the full range of power and modern technology as well as its higher-priced sister models. With the Milwaukee-Eight 107 in the new, stiff softail frame, it lies one class above the Sporties and can be circled around corners just as easily as this one. The Street Bob's chic, fast and manageable features make it a bestseller and a popular conversion base. Especially since this softail is also very attractive in price. A wider rear end, lower at the back and front, with our parts this can be done in a few steps. The widest tire you can ride without major conversion is a 200. To be able to fit it, we have re-spoked the original hub and fitted a new rear fender with integrated indicators and tail light. This solution is relatively simple and also cheaper than a completely new wheel. The new seat with the comfortable foam padding and the waterproof imitation leather has a non-slip finish and fits well into the line with the new rear. The new rear reveals the view of the wide tire, but also makes a side number plate holder on the left side necessary. The right side is reserved for the exhaust. In our case a few simple mufflers were added to the original manifold. Thanks to the upright sitting position with the Mini Ape, the fists are already perfectly in the wind. And our forwarded kit for the foot pegs including levers ensures that the feet can also sit and act far forward. And ready is a bike for smooth and comfortable cruising. Nobody knows which features may follow. But we know our customers. Many of them keep coming back and want the next step of conversion. According to the motto, a biker's work is never done. Really cool bike, says our test driver Kim after the short lap at the Lower Rhine, and you don't have to shift gears as much. In fact, the Milwaukee-Eight is the most elastic engine the company ever has produced. It forgives early shifting, is great at low revs and closes up very late at the top. A wonderfully wide rev band. And let's face it, the 107 engine, that is 1753 cc, is anything but small, even though it is the smaller of the two Milwaukee-Eights which are currently available. Kim is also delighted with the chassis, it's very easy to ride. I had it under control in at once. This is helped by the comfortable seating position with the low seat and the well-proportioned distances to the handlebars and footrests. What also contributes to the feeling of safety is the riding dynamics of the softail frame with the monoshock under the seat and the sensitive fork. Even in the bumpy sections of the track, our rider is pretty fast. The Milwaukee-Eight 107 and the new softail suspension already offers a great riding fun, and our customers still lacked the individual appearance. With white wall tires and swinging saddle, the bobber should be accentuated in the Street Bob. With the forwarded footrests and the high handlebars the chopper comes through. This bike has become chic and fast. It must not always be a wide tail, to which this softail model is only partially suitable. Without rear conversion, a 200 would be the end. The rubber is one of the decisive style elements here. White wall tires are the first choice if you want to bring the bob look of the 50s across in style. Here it was chosen in the original dimensions 150/80x16 at the rear and 190x19 at the front. Although one likes to have a smaller front wheel on a bobber, just as big as at the rear, the 19-inch fits well into this concept. The white is repeated on the matte black tank, which now carries the Harley-Davidson lettering in white instead of the metal emblem, and the nice inconspicuous pop-up lid. Our flip handlebar is a little higher than the original Mini Ape, and with our grips, toppers and indicators hidden under the dashboard, it contributes to the individual look of this part of the bike. The rear end gets a very elegant appearance with our specially made fender, no comparison to the original rear end, the slightly protruding sheet metal and the large turn signals. Here our swinging fender lies very close above the tire and carries the tiny element directly at the reception of the struts, which we also built very slim on customer request. This solution makes it necessary to place the license plate holder on the left side, the right side is reserved for the exhaust. It's the sound system of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with the shorty/cut, which now makes the acoustic appearance round here. And for a better performance of the Milwaukee-Eight, our power air filter kit contributes to the sound. Yes, that's a way to do it. What we see here is not a breakout, but a street bob in a breakout outfit. Our customer from England had the idea to divide the expenses for his dream bike. First the bike was bought, then came little parts like the spoiler and the trim ring on the headlamp, next was the Screamin' Eagle air filter and the exhaust system from Vance and Hines, and now the bigger conversion with rear end, wheels, tank and various other optical tidbits. How similar it looks. Whoever taps on a breakout at first sight is not completely wrong. It's the less expensive street bob, which has some parts we developed for the breakout. At the rear, however, the street bob has its limits. Without any major modifications, this 200er tire fits in here as maximum. But our customer can circle his bike around the London corners a bit more handy than with a 260er roller, as he could have it in a breakout. But what he was able to do was to lower the fork and use an air ride, with which he can provide the show effect. When you look at this Softail in its original condition, you notice a relative big distance from the tire to a pretty big fender. This optical problem can be solved in our workshop with a few simple steps. Our two wheels from the new Digger collection in bicolor are equipped with Metzeler Marathon tires, the brake disc spokened with new fenders, in front a short fender made of GFK, in the back a slim steel fender with tail light and indicators. To be able to install the wanted powder-coated pulley brake system on the left side, we have modified the original swing arm as standard in our house. The stretched custom aluminium tank was handmade in our forge, where we also clarified the question of tightness. But there was no question about the look. This tank fits perfectly into the line and leads over to the both comfortable and chic quilted leather single seat with suede in the middle. Finally, we gave the bike a fresh painting and powder-coated some parts, chic black of course, and gave the tank the Harley-Davidson logo in white. It stood somewhat disarranged on our yard, not hopelessly, but in such a way that some exchange parts had to be replaced. Instead of using the original equipment, our customer decided to make a small modification. Deeper, wider, blacker, louder could be the short summary of the measures. It is important to lower the line overall, at the front with the small fork kit by 30 mm and at the rear by 30 mm over the shock absorber. Short, painless, inexpensive. The bare seat was upholstered as desired and covered with the equally chic and robust nubuck leather with seams in a diamond pattern. The seat merges almost seamlessly into our short rear fender, which covers the spoke wheel of TTS. The 180er Metzeler is the widest tire that can be fitted to this Softail model without the need for a swing arm conversion. You can enjoy this view because the rear end is nice and short and the license plate holder has got its place on the left side. On the right side the exhaust system of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and our power air filter dominate the view. Thanks to the short headers we installed including the upgrade kit, the exhaust ends already at the wheel rim and is much higher than in the original condition. We were also impressed by this fact during the test drive, the improved ground clearance makes a huge difference. Especially since you have a great grip on the street bob with our flat handlebars and our new flat risers and nothing stands in the way of sporty riding. Your hands lie comfortably wide on the non-slip aluminium handles and with the footrest system made of CNC milled aluminium that is 8 cm forward, your legs have a relaxed position. The final part of the damage repair was fresh paint on the paint parts and powder coatings on various lids and holders, in spring black as desired. We have already praised the engine 1,000 times. The 107 Milwaukee-Eight with 1745cc displacement and 91 horsepower is particularly elastic and with its wide RPM range suitable for all situations. The same goes for the suspension, it's the most stable we've gotten from Milwaukee so far. By the way, we measured everything before the conversion. Better safe than sorry. There are probably not many people in the world who do not know the face of the stormtroopers. For decades, their white armor with the oversized helmet stands for epic films full of forward-looking technology. Experts will perhaps have a similar experience when they see this bike. Once you have seen it, you will not forget it. Without a doubt our customer is a Star Wars fan and shows this on the tank of his Street Bob, which we were allowed to rebuild for him. You can convert this softail in many directions, classic as a chopper, sporty with flat handlebars, or noble and modern like this custom bike with our FLH wheels and our Radical 2.0 fork. If you like high-tech films, our Radical Fork 2.0 is almost a logical choice. The further development of the Thunderbike Radical Fork is extremely clean in its appearance and technical features. Our modern interpretation of a Springer fork has air suspension and can be lowered with the touch of a button. In this finish contrast cut matte it looks very noble and crowns the high-quality conversion with our FLH wheels in 18 and 21-inch. State-of-the-art CNC technology makes these chic 3-piece custom rims with aluminium wheel dish possible. Who would have thought that the classic Shinko white wall tires are not a break in style, but fit perfectly into the modern concept. The silver white reappears at various points in the paint design, so that the tires blend in visually. A round thing, just like the lines and the seating position. Our handmade 15-liter stretch tank made of aluminium and the chic black Alcantara-covered shorty seat shell merge harmoniously in the short rear fender made of GFK. The comfortable seating position has also been thought of. This is ensured by a forwarded footrest system with the stylish pegs, whose design is also reflected in the grips, and by the high Radical handlebars. Thanks to the completely black exhaust system with our short manifolds and the Street Fighter mufflers from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, this space glider can sneak up at the push of a button or shoot out of the black hole with a big roar. Thanks for watching.